If you're enjoying Haunted UK fiction, please consider supporting the show on Patreon or Ko-fi. Simply search for Haunted UK Podcast.
Stories of murder and suicide, bodies dismembered or swinging from ropes, drip from her scarlet lips with gregarious enthusiasm. She's captivating and vivacious in a dirty kind of way. She flicks her dusty blonde hair over her shoulder and her blue eyes dart a glance toward me. For a split second, she hesitates. Her lips curl slightly and then part as she begins her next story.
Hello and welcome, dear listeners, to Haunted UK Fiction, a sister podcast to The Haunted UK, which features original flash fiction, short stories and novellas with paranormal themes. All stories you will hear were written by a collection of talented writers, authors and storytellers, both independent and professional. In today's episode, you'll be hearing The Last Ghost Hunters, which was written and narrated by Liah Thorley. You may recall Liah's previous stories, Akuri Inu and Rain, which were part of our very first set of teaser episodes leading up to the launch of our podcast. Liah's writing is inspired by dark folklore, urban legends, and history from ancient Egypt to the early 20th century. In addition to writing, she hosts dark tales of murder, crime and the paranormal walking tours run through Black Widow tours in Scarborough most Saturdays from March to December. Get comfortable. Grab a little something to sip on. Perhaps cuddle up under a blanket to help offset the chills coming your way. And let's dive into the story.
The Last Ghost Hunters. Tall shadows creep up walls like phantoms in the moonlight. A crucified Christ shimmers against a grey wall, projected from a street lamp like an ominous movie trailer. The stench of Bourbon Street is fading into the distance, with the clashing bass beats and neon lights, as we head toward the river. In Jackson Square, the artists have gone and the empty park looks black and cold as we reach the gates. The white turrets of the cathedral stand like a German castle looming up behind us. Its holiness cannot relieve the prickles and shivers as our guide tells us of a vampire who once frequented the bar around the corner. I smile and look across the way at the mellow glow of Café du Monde and try to recall the taste of a beignet. We take a left down Charters and our guide moves on to tales of voodoo and lost souls. We walk beneath the balconies, yellow lights hanging over our heads like small caged suns, swinging slightly in the sticky, hot breeze. I breathe in the scent of warm bodies and the distant river. We've stopped in front of a hotel. We're told of ghosts that go bump and boo in the night to scare unsuspecting guests as they slumber. My companions listen to our guide as she fills us with tantalizing fear. Stories of murder and suicide, bodies dismembered or swinging from ropes, drip from her scarlet lips with gregarious enthusiasm. She's captivating and vivacious in a dirty kind of way. She flicks her dusty blonde hair over her shoulder and her blue eyes dart a glance toward me. For a split second, she hesitates. Her lips curl slightly and then part as she begins her next story. Others in the group sense her discomfort, but seem to decide it's part of the show as we slip down a side street. We enter a courtyard behind a hotel. It's cooler here and eerily quiet for a city so buzzing with music and chatter. Windows overlook us. Something moves behind a curtain, and we wonder what the hotel guests must think of us. Ghost hunters, outside their windows, voyeuristically peering about like peeping toms. Our guide tells us this is where the tour ends. She gives directions how to get back to Jackson Square, and then, with one last glance my way, she is gone. Abandoned in a dark alley, my companions begin to disperse in a flutter of nervous giggles and camera flashes. I wait, lost in reflection. I recall the bar by Jackson Square before the jazz even came to town. Men in top hats and girls in hoop skirts drifting down the street, purple, green, and gold costumes, harlequins, and trombone players. The taste of a beignet finally returns to my senses, but it is a joy I cannot hold on to and cannot repeat. The last of the ghost hunters turn to go, and I follow them out. I walk slowly behind them as they make their way back to Charters. As we turn the corner, I see our guide is waiting. I stop and smile. Her eyes flicker in the direction of the trailing ghost hunters, a 30-something couple. They look older than us, but lurks are deceiving. It's been too long, she says. 60 years, I reply. Supper, she asks. Without a beat, we are behind them. The familiarity is complete. Teeth sharpen and eyes pale. In less than a minute, their lives are gone and ours replenished.
That brings us to the end of this episode. We truly hope you've enjoyed this original, atmospheric tale written and narrated by Liah Thorley. If you would like to learn more about Liah's writing or her tours, you can find her website, social media handles, and contact information in the show's notes. If you have an original story that would send a chill down our spines and you would like to submit it for review, simply send it in to hauntedukfiction@hotmail.com. That's hauntedukfiction@hotmail.com. Until next time, stay safe and take care.